Hello everyone. Welcome to the video lecture series of Theory of Automata and Formal Languages, where we are into part number 6 of the series, and we'll be covering here the topic named as Simplification of Context-Free Grammar. Okay, in this particular topic, we'll be studying how to, you can say, simplify a context-free grammar, okay, and how to get a reduced context-free grammar based on removal of certain things, and that we will discuss one after another. But I won't be narrating all the sentences over here. Okay, I won't be narrating over this. We will be just you can pause the video and you can use as a note lectures. Okay, and I will let you know what the definition is all about with an example. My main primary concern is to deal with an example so that it is very much clear to you all. Okay, so generally in context-free grammar, what happens? Sometimes all the production rules, suppose that is of the form alpha tends to beta, and symbols are not needed for the derivation of the particular string. So that time what we need is that if they are not at all usable, or that to reduce or to eliminate in order to get a set of terminal symbols, then those production rules are generally useless. So in order to remove those useless productions, we'll be covering this particular topic. And this simplification generally consists of three parts: 1, 2, and 3. One is a reduction of a context-free grammar. We will discuss with an example. Removal of unit productions. Definitely we will deal with an example, and we will last check it out. Removal of null productions. So if anyone asks you how the context-free grammar is being simplified, you can let them know that can be simplified by using these three topics. That is reduction of a CFG, removal of unit productions, and removal of null productions. Then only you can jump off to the next two topic that is known as Chomsky normal form and Grebeck normal form. Clear? Now, let us start with the first one, that is reduction of CFG, how of CFG is reduced. Okay. Now, if I talk about these steps, I won't bother you by dictating these steps, as because you can pause the video and you can note it down. I will be dealing directly with an example so that it will be clear. So in reduction of CFG, we will come across with two phases, phase 1 and phase 2 also I will let you know now. In phase 1, I will target only those non-terminals which are accessing the terminal symbols. See, whatever I have told you, it is not at all understandable. Once we take an example, then it will be clear. Actually, it is mentioned a derivation of an equivalent grammar G from the CFG G such that each variable derives same terminal string. Now, automatically this particular stuff will really confuse your brain. So let us take an example and we will deal. You can note down these steps. Okay, or if we start off with the numerical, then also you can understand what and all steps are going on and you can write on your own. Okay, but for your benefit, you can pause the video and you can note it down. Okay, now let us move to the phase number 2, where phase number 2 says again we have to draw an equivalent or derive an equivalent grammar based on phase number 1 by certain steps. These are the 3 steps. Okay, you can also again pause the video and you can note it down, but we will directly jump off to an example where you can learn how this process is going on. You can check this example mentioned below. Okay, find a reduced grammar equivalent to the grammar G having production rules. Okay, now I won't be dictating this. We will directly jump off to the numerical. Okay. Okay, so let us check this example, and I have already written for you so that in order to minimize the time duration of the video, and because nothing to note it down over here, and I just need to explain to you. That's the main primary concern. Okay, now the production is given to you. Okay, now if these productions I have written over here in a proper way. Now if you check these particular productions, we have to reduce this CFG. This is my primary concern. How? By removing the useless part. Now, if you can check it the first, because first starting production is the main production, right? So if the starting production is having two productions, that is S tends to AC and S tends to capital letter B. Now, my main target is to remove the non-terminal and to get a terminal, correct? That is your string. So if for A, I'm having a small letter A, so A is not a useless, correct? Same way, capital letter C, if I check, small letter C is there, so it cannot be useless. So these two are useful production. So S tends to AC will remain as it is. Correct? Now, it might be not clear to you. This is S, okay? Okay, next one is your S tends to B. Now, if you check over capital letter B, is there any production for B? No. So how can you replace this B? Therefore, this B is what? A useless one. So I have to eliminate this B by anyhow. Clear? Next, A tends to A. This is a useful one. You cannot remove this. C tends to small letter C. This is a useful one. Now, if there is no B production, then can it be useful one? No, it cannot be a useful one. So this also I have to eliminate. Now, if you think logically, what E is doing over here? E has nothing to do. So definitely this entire production is a useless one. So finally, what we will get the answer? If you are attempting for any competitive exams where you no need to show any steps, you directly have to answer. This is the way you can answer. Okay. So S tends to AC, A tends to A, capital letter C tends to C. This will be the final answer. Now, how to do this in your exam? This is the main question. Whatever I have shown you or given you in the previous page where phase 1 and phase 2 steps has been given, that is what you have to write when they will be asking you only to write about CFG, reduction of CFG. But if they ask for an example like this, definitely they will ask for an example. Then you have to write down like this. Okay. Now let us check what is going on. Phase number 1. In first step, I need to find out only the terminal symbols involved in this particular production. So if you check it out, only the terminal symbols are A, small letter C and small letter E that I have written. Clear? Next step, I have to find out those non-terminal symbols which are accessing these terminal symbols directly or like indirectly. Okay, but mainly we have to focus on directly only. So from A, small letter A is accessible. Yes. From C, we can access small letter C. Very good. From E, capital letter E, we can access small letter E. Therefore, these are the non-terminals in the second step. Clear? And in the third step, we have to find out other non-terminals which are accepting or which are generating these non-terminals. Other non-terminals which is left out. Capital letter S. So include in the set. Clear? And then finally, if we talk about the last, again the next step, you have to find out again non-terminals. This process you have to continue until you find out two similar steps. Now, once we move to step number 4, we have checked that what are the other non-terminals which are accessing these. Any other non-terminals are left out? No. We will get the same set. Therefore, we can stop here. Correct? Therefore, the final production will be based on only these 4 non-terminals. Clear? So non-terminals will be, one will be S tends to AC, A will be having small letter A, C will be having small letter C, E will be having A, and E. Why B is not there? Because in the first step only I found out that B is not at all included in this set. So B will be automatically eliminated. And whichever is having a production which is a combination of B with B, that will also be removed. That is, this is having a production with a combination of B, so this production will automatically remove in first phase. And B was not there in the set, so automatically it will remove. Clear? So this is the final production that I have got in phase number 1. Now we will move to phase number 2. In phase number 2, what we are going, first step you have to check, you have to take the start symbol in the set. Clear? Now in the second step, you have to find out whatever non-terminals are there which are directly accessing through start symbol. If you check it out with the production, S tends to A and C. B is already eliminated, right? So if B is already eliminated, so B will not be there, only A and C will be included. That's why I have put S, A and C in the production. Now if we check, if you want to check the productions, you better directly deal with the phase 1 productions. Don't go with the above production. You just deal with the phase 1 production. Okay. Next step, again you have to find out which other terminal symbols are there which are accessing through these S, A and C. A and C, correct? S, nothing non-terminal. A, small letter A, capital letter C, small letter C, include that. Any other non-terminal symbols are there? No. Then again I will check it out in the next step. The same process I will continue now. Now if you are getting two similar steps, then stop there. Because if we check with these particular non-terminal and terminal, there are no other non-terminal symbol that can be derived from this. So this will be the final answer, correct? So we can stop here. Now automatically, if we have to write down the production now, you have to write down the production for capital letter S, capital letter A, capital letter C, which is nothing but S tends to AC, A tends to A, capital letter C tends to C. And I have already informed you in the earlier that the answer will be what? S tends to AC, A tends to small letter A, capital letter C tends to C. E will be automatically removed in phase 2 as it was not there in the set. So this is the final production that you got, and in your examination you can write it down like this. Therefore the required reduced grammar is nothing but this one, where this is nothing but the set of non-terminals, set of terminals. P is the production, this is the production, and S is the start symbol. So this is how you need to find out or need to reduce a particular CFG. Clear? Now we will move to the next topic, simplification of CFG. That is nothing but removal of unit productions. Okay, let us check with an example directly. But before going with an example, I want to give you the notes so that you can pause the video and you can note it down. Okay, so this is about removal of unit production. You can pause the video and you can note it down. But what we have to do in this particular scenario is you have to first extract, or you have to find out what are the unit productions are there. Unit productions are nothing but a form of alpha tends to beta, correct? Where alpha and beta will be one non-terminal. That's it. Either alpha can be capital A, beta can be capital B. It means only one non-terminal will be there for alpha and beta. So that kind of production you have to find out and you have to eliminate those, correct? So that is your main focus. So you can note it down, these steps. That will be helpful for you. Now we will be jumping over to the numerical side, okay? Now this is the numerical I have brought for you. Here actually in this process you have to use the concept of transitivity. Transitivity, what it says, if A tends to B and B tends to C, directly we can say that A tends to C. That process you have to use. It's very simple. Once you are done with the numerical, then you will think that what is going on, man? Okay, so keeping aside this, this is the production that you have been given here. Now if we check it out, what are the unit productions that you have to find out? S tends to XY is not a unit production, correct? This is having two non-terminals. X tends to small letter A, it is not. Y tends to Z is a unit production. Yes, Y tends to B is not a unit production, correct? Because both sides should be one non-terminal. Z tends to M is a unit production. M tends to N is a unit production. N tends to A is not a unit production. So step 1, you have to identify the unit productions. I have already written over here, correct? In step 2, you have to apply the transitivity process. How? First, I have checked. There you have to apply your logic. Now, I will be directly jumping off with this one. M tends to N. Here I have find out that N tends to small letter A. So I can write down that M tends to capital letter N tends to small letter A, therefore M tends to A. Clear? As simple as that. So M tends to capital letter N will be now reduced by M tends to A. So I can note it down over here. These things you can write on your English words, correct? After finding this, we can replace M tends to capital letter N by M tends to A. Now, step number 3. Z tends to M. Capital letter M is a unit production. M tends to A. Right now we find out from step number 2. Therefore, Z tends to A. As simple as that. You might be laughing right now, right? What is going on? It's as simple as that. Okay, now step number 4. Y tends to Z is the third unit production left out. Z tends to A. Right now you got it from step number 3. Therefore, Y tends to A. That is your final one. So finally, we can find out all these productions where I have replaced Y tends to Z by capital letter, small letter A. Z tends to A, where earlier it was Z tends to M. M tends to N, it was earlier. Now it is M tends to A and N tends to A. Now, if you find out this production, is there any unit production remaining? No, all are eliminated. Therefore, finally, also you can simplify this by using removal of simplification, removal of useless symbols. How? See, S tends to X and Y. X is having a small letter A, so X is a useful one. Y tends to small letter A and B, so this is also useful one. What is Z, M, and N are doing in the picture? Nothing. So eliminate this. So once we are eliminating this, the final production will be this one. So this is the simplest or the simplified or the reduced CFG after removal of unit production and reduction of CFG. Clear? So this is all about your second process, that is your reduction of removal of unit production. Now in the next video, I'm extending this video to one more part where we will that part title will be your context-free grammar, simplification of context-free grammar, part number 6, number 2. Okay, lecture number 2. So you can find out in the next lecture where we will learn the last step, that is your removal of null production. That will take hardly 2 to 3 minutes of video. Okay, thank you for watching, and please, any doubt, you pause the video, you rewind it. This is the best you can say advantage of learning through video lectures. Yes, there is one disadvantage, that you cannot query to a faculty. For that, comments are there, so you can please ask or comment down below if regarding your queries. I will try to ask your email IDs, and we will also forward your notes. Okay, thank you for watching this video. We will move towards to the next one. Thank you.